I've got some amazing guests here as well. We've got Charlie, we've got Kristen, we've got the amazing bride, Sam, joining us to model all of this stuff. So, brides, we know you want to look amazing on your special day, so that's what we're talking about. Floral arrangements, hair and makeup, all of those things. So let's get into it. So, Charlie, how far in advance should folks book you if they're looking to that perfect look on their wedding day?
It definitely depends. So I prefer my brides to, as soon as they're engaged, if they have a look in mind, to set it up on the books so we can get a plan going with everything. So if it's, say you wanted to be platinum, or you wanted to go back to your natural color, that is something that can take time and a lot of effort and a little bit of planning. So I like at least 6 months. Most stylists do. That way we can build a very realistic plan for what fits your timeline as well as budget.
Sure. And I know you've been here all day already getting this look ready. Can you talk to us a little bit about what you did here with Samantha?
So Samantha, we wanted to go with one of the biggest trends right now, which is actually very putting the eyes and the face, like your natural features, on focus. So Sam has these absolutely beautiful blue eyes, and one of the biggest trends is pops of color. A lot of brides want to still do the traditional, you know, something blue, something old, all that stuff.
Yeah.
A fun way to bring that in a modern way is a little bit of color on the eyes. You could also do your nail color. You could do just a little bit of color in the flowers, anything along those lines.
Yeah.
Samantha's dress is very much a statement, beautiful piece that could go in any which direction for whether it's a daytime or a nighttime wedding. And we wanted to give a look that felt a little bit more subtle and let the dress kind of speak. So we went with a soft, romantic, very boho kind of vibe. This is great for summer and spring where we have a lot of humidity here. So this is nice because it gets it off of her neck, away from her face, so she's not touching it all day.
Right.
And it stays really nice and soft throughout the entire day. So you can party and have a great time and still look good in all your photos.
Absolutely. Speaking of looking good and pops of color, look at your hair.
Thank you. This is also a big trend in the wedding industry, is being very much true to yourself. And if that means having lime green hair, it's a thing.
Go for it. Speaking of green, speaking of greenery, we've got floral arrangements here. Common Dwellings, Kristen chatting with us about that. So let's talk about what you brought here. We've got some beautiful bouquets as well as this arch behind me. Tell us about these options.
Yeah, so we're a wood flower florist, which is great because it's really no fuss flowers. We can hand paint anything to match the bride's color palette. And really, we don't have to worry about some of the things that a live florist would worry about, what you can get in season. Also, the flowers don't wilt or die.
Okay, yeah, that's a big part of it.
So you can actually place your order and have it done sooner than a live florist. We don't have like a minimum requirement to meet either. We can take on orders a little bit more last minute because we don't have those minimum requirements that a live florist would have.
Sure. What is that cutoff though? When do you like people to reach out to you to let you know that they want your flowers in their wedding?
Ideally at least 6 months, but like I said, with us not being a live florist, we can take on smaller orders. Before that, elopements, smaller, micro weddings are super popular right now.
Yeah.
But ideally that 6 month mark at least is a good window.
That's great. And you've got different options, right? I've got a lovely boutonniere on. We've got some bouquets. We've got this arch. There's also like table topper flowers that you can
So especially like for weddings, you want to think about those 3 components. The flowers that you're going to use for your wedding party, the flowers that you're going to use for your ceremony space, and then the flowers that you want to use for your reception. And what's really great is that some of the pieces that you could use for your ceremony could also be transferred into your reception space so they can pull double duty.
Okay, yeah, no, that's great. Well, for people who want to reach out to you, you'll be at the Expo, right? Mm-hmm. Anything special we can expect at the Expo from you? You have everything on display there?
Yeah, we'll have tons of different centerpieces and bouquets to look at. You can see what wood flowers look like in person and just see how they kind of compare to live florals.
Yeah. And what about for yourself? You'll be there as well?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll be having a big table. I have Samantha as well as about 5 or 6 other girls that will be doing hair and makeup on, and then they will be doing a fashion show with some of the latest trends in the bridal industry.
Awesome.